Honestly, I don't really have anything super profound to say about 2023. I think overall it was a pretty good year. It had its ups and downs like pretty much every other year, like I'm sure your year did as well. The main thing on my mind about last year is that looking at these photos and videos, these memories, I'm like, how has it not even been a year since most of these things happened? Speaking of ups and downs, on the upside, I finished my second full year as a freelance filmmaker, I guess, and I did it with minimal financial despair. Relatively minimal. There were those 2 months during the summer where I pretty much had no jobs, and then the last 6 weeks of the year where I was physically unable to work. So those were not the greatest, but seriously, I am still very thankful that this is what I get to do for a job. I know I learned a lot, and I know I had a really good time with all the people that I worked with, and I'm pretty proud of some of the stuff that I got to make. I'm very happy with what I've added to my reel this year, especially that spec piece that we did during the summer. God, I gotta make more stuff like that this year. What else good happened? I moved down the street from my best friends, which if you can do that, I would highly recommend. I love it here, not only because I'm in close proximity to my friends, but just the space. We're next to the park and I can walk around and it just feels right. I went to Europe for 2 weeks, which is wild. It just happened, so I feel like I'm still kind of processing it. I mean, buying my first analog SLR 35mm camera and shooting my first roll on that camera at my first Premier League soccer game, I was kind of ascending. I was having a magical moment. Not all good things though. Like I mentioned, I wasn't physically able to work the last 6 weeks of the year, and that's because I tore my ACL. And genuinely, I think the mental struggles were more difficult than the physical struggles that came with that injury. Don't get me wrong, the physical parts sucked. Not being able to like lift my knee or bend my knee or walk around without extreme pain was not fun at all. But the mental parts of being down and not being able to walk around or do things for myself or make videos or work or contribute to mine and Kate's finances, it was not a good time. I genuinely have never been more grateful to be able to walk around. And I never plan on taking walking around for granted again, because the moment that I could even hobble around, I'm like, this is amazing. I've been much more aware of my mental state and my mental struggles this year. That's definitely not a bad thing inherently, but it's also not fun. Overall, it's a good thing. I'm working on those things. I'm focusing on bettering myself and my mindset, but there were some tough times this year. The worst part of this year was definitely having to say goodbye to my best friend. Tell everybody that you want to go on a walk. Come on.
When all this is through, we'll just head down, carry on, 'cause what else can we do?
What are you doing,
We'll get through.
Do you want to go on a walk?
I'll hold on tighter to you, my friend, when we're together again. Together again.
Honestly, I had Winston on my mind when I was writing this, when I was trying to figure out what I wanted to say here. So I feel like there's a bit of a somber note or a somber air to this video, but I am serious when I say that this was a pretty good year, because looking back at these photos, these videos, these memories, it's genuinely impossible to not feel pretty good.
All good words have left my mouth. I'm completely out of things to say about it now. More and more I'll catalog my doubts. It's the worst thing about it, and it's always around.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
They felt that I